Hey, welcome back to the Big Grant Show. As always, thanks for joining me. If you could, hit the like, subscribe down below, and hit that little bell as well. That way you don't miss anything from here at the Big Grant Show. Well, earlier this year, our lovely Congress decided to let the CHIP program end. CHIP program is the Child Health Insurance Program, which sends money to the states in form of like a block grant for the states to provide health care to underprivileged and low-income children in their state. Well, Congress decided earlier this year to let that expire and let that move on and let that go away, basically, saying they would work on it, by the time that the funds completely ran out, which is expected to be roughly February or March of next year. The thing is, all they've been focused on is repealing Obamacare and these stupid tax cuts so they can throw, more money at the rich and burden the poor and the working class even more than they're already burdened. So that's all they've really worked on since Donald Trump took office. Sure, they passed the NDAA and that kind of stuff. Donald Trump's done a number of executive orders, but they haven't really, done anything to help the substance, for the country. Sure, they got the military stuff taken care of. That's always going to be taken care of. Congress is always going to pass that. That's just how that is. But for the actual everyday person, they haven't done crap. And now, it's being reported that roughly 9 million children across the country will lose health care insurance. 9 million children. We're not talking about adults who can get out and work for themselves or do for themselves. We're talking about children, minors, who get sick and will not be able to go see a doctor now because this money is not being replenished. Now, Congress needs to get off their ass and do something. So here's my suggestion to everyone out there. Fax, email, write, call, mail, do whatever you have to. Call your congressman, call your senators. Write to your governors. Write to the president. Write anyone who will talk or who will listen to you talk. Speak to anyone you can. Let them know that these children are going to go without health care. And I'm told by conservatives all the time, oh, no one's going to be left out in the cold. Well, your buddies are about to leave 9 million people out in the cold. Now, I can't blame just the Republicans for this, because the Democrats sat by and did nothing to, have done nothing to really push increasing, continuing the funding for the CHIPS program in the first place. But right now, the Republicans are the one that have the floor. They control the House. They control the Senate. That means they control what comes to the floor. That means they control what topics of discussion come to the floor. So please, dear God, for the sake of America's children and America's poor children and children of middle-class families who cannot afford health care for their children, please, dear God, visit the issue, fix it, and make sure the funds don't run out on these children. This right here is just completely immoral. It's evil. Because if anybody in this country deserves health care, regardless of their socioeconomic status, is children. Children did not ask to be born into bad situations. Children didn't ask to have poor parents. Okay? And most parents don't have kids intending to bring them into bad situations. But life happens. Sometimes there are bad things that happen. Parent loses their job. Parent retires because of injury. And all of a sudden you've gone from two incomes to one sometimes. Or from one income to none. Please, dear God, help these children. Congress, get off your ass and do something. And to any of you watching, please contact your political officials in your state and at your federal level. In Texas, I know our senators are Ted Cruz and John Cornyn. And my district in the U.S. House is Louis Gohmert. So my calls fall on deaf ears every single time. But I will make my phone whatever phone calls I can make, and I will make whatever emails and faxes and letters that I can. I hope you do the same. We have to help America's children, whether or not they're rich or poor. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter if their parents are wealthy or not. Children should never have to go without health care. I don't care if it's for a stub toe. They're children. Children deserve health care. Children deserve to be able to see a doctor when they're sick. And that's somebody that, we didn't have money all the time growing up. And I was sick. I got sick quite often. I was never I never had anything major. But I had things like severe bronchitis and things like that with my muscular dystrophy could have been a deadly mix. If it wasn't for the fact of my mom being really good at taking care of me and my grandmother being really good at taking care of me. But we didn't have the CHIP program when I was back at that time. It wasn't a law. But now there's millions of children, roughly 9 million children, use this program for health care to go see a doctor when they get sick, when they get hurt. And for parents, and I know I'm not a parent, but I couldn't imagine not being able to have health care for my child. I freak out anytime my cat gets sick. I couldn't imagine what a parent does when their kid gets really sick. You got kids with cancer on this stuff, on this insurance. You got kids with, lifelong illnesses that are going to be with them their entire lives, that need medication, need different treatments and stuff, and they're not going to be able to get it. What is wrong with America when children cannot get the health care they need? I don't give a damn about adults at this point. Most adults have the ability to work or not work, make money or not make money. And sure, they should be able to have health care too. But I'm far more concerned about children. They're the future. They should not be abused and they should not be neglected. And by taking away this health care, it'll lead to their neglect. Not only will they will not be able to get, health insurance of any kind, because their parents won't be able to afford it a lot of times. And they're getting rid of trying to get rid of the ACA, so parents won't be able to rely on the subsidies they can get in order to get their kids insurance through that program. So what are middle class and working class parents supposed to do? Sit there and let their kids get sick and say, sorry, we can't take care of you? We know you have pneumonia, but we can't take you to the doctor. We don't have any money. Is that what parents are supposed to do? This is the most immoral thing I have ever seen in my life. This right here even trumps the video I released yesterday over the GOP tax plan. And to be honest with you, it's disgusting. Children deserve better. Our children in this country deserve better. So please, hit up your congressman. Let everyone know about this, and let's do something about it. Thank you for watching, and please check back for more content here at the Big Ranch Show. I really appreciate everybody that's been watching my videos as of late, and I'll see you down the road.